This is the first of 4 videos introducing the dynamic development model. The model is an approach you can use to support your personal and professional development. In part 1, we consider skills as a concept. We identify key issues that have led to myself and colleagues working together to propose dynamic development as an alternative approach to personal and professional development. We are not dismissing skills entirely, nor the impactful work that has happened previously. We are, however, proposing that it is timely to consider alternatives for the reasons we state in this video. So, skills is a one-dimensional concept. A first point of critique of skills as a concept is that I would characterize it as a one-dimensional concept. By that, I suggest it doesn't describe well the reality of situations. For example, the situation of presenting can be taught. However, anything taught is then placed into the real context of presenting, where there is a dynamic audience, where a presenter's confidence can come and go, where pressure and personality interplay, etc. Skills is too one-dimensional as a concept to characterize and express this complex reality. As a consequence of this first point, taught skills don't translate well to actual competence in the situation. As another example, you can be taught project management, but given the situation of a project and a team of people, it doesn't mean you'll necessarily be able to project manage. The situation of project management, particularly where people are involved, is multidimensional and dynamic. Having skills in project management does not go far enough as an idea. It is about being competent as a project manager. As a final point in respect of skills being a one-dimensional concept, it is a concept very much of now. We teach skills for today's world, yet the world is dynamic and many people will get into job roles in the future that don't even exist now. We need a concept that can support personal and professional development for the multiple unknown realities that is the future. So I've suggested that there are flaws in skills as a concept. I also suggest that the concept is not particularly successful. Commonly, engagement is reluctant. As a worst-case manifestation, there is commonly not a leap of joy from people when presented with a training needs analysis to complete or to a one-day skills workshop they are required to attend. In making my next point, I speak as someone who has worked for a long time in the profession of people development. As a profession, we can't satisfactorily define the concept of skills. We've tried a range of terminology: transferable, adaptable, employability, core, soft, hard, squidgy. Okay, I added squidgy, but if we are to assign textures to skills such as soft and then hard, why not squidgy? Finally, in the way we teach skills, we spend a lot of time teaching skills at a time when people can't actually apply them. We will teach you leadership because at some time in the future you may need leadership. Basic ideas of memory theory suggest decay and interference in memory with time, making this approach generally pointless. Having critiqued skills as a concept, I also want to critique what the concept has led to in terms of how people experience skills development. Let us consider the what, why, and how of skills development in practice from the individual's perspective. The what aspect usually manifests as a long list of required skills presented to an individual as skills they're required to have. That they have skills already is not always recognized, nor it seems relevant. The reasoning of why the skills are required is usually focused on agendas external to the individual. Employers say, funders say, the economy needs skills pipeline. You as an individual are not in the reasoning of why. Finally, the how is most commonly that you will receive the skills from us in a workshop, and I am the us in some of the contexts. As a whole, this approach to skills is inherently passive and very much of now. Most importantly, the voice of the individual does not tend to feature in this approach. So should it be a surprise perhaps that, as observed earlier, engagement in general is reluctant with the concept of skills? To summarize and conclude this first video, I suggest the concept of skills is flawed. Its application has led to inherently passive approaches to skills development, and as such, we need to look for better alternatives.